President Obama's initiative continues to empower young Africans through leadership training, academic studies, and networking. Mr. Obama also said this week that up to 80 Americans will participate in a reverse exchange, traveling to Africa to work directly with Mandela Washington Fellow alumni and other young people and institutions across the continent. The president's announcement leads us to our question of the week, asking, what is the best way for YALI Mandela Washington Fellows to build a bridge between America and Africa? Well, first, thanks for using all our social media platforms to communicate to us. Let's begin with a comment from Mohamed Ahmed Mansour from Monrovia in Liberia, who writes, I think the Mandela Washington Fellows should exhibit the skills and leadership needed to instill the discipline into other young people. After returning home, fellows should continue to build on the skills they've developed during their time in the U.S. through support from U.S. embassies, leadership centers, the YALI network, and customized programming and affiliated partners. Well, great advice there. Another reminder that we are tweeting live today. Just use the hashtag VOA 2015 Mandela YALI or VOA 2015 YALI. And if you haven't yet, please follow us on Twitter. And speaking of it, let's go to some tweets from Jacob Eyeru, an East African Community Youth Ambassador from Uganda, who writes, members of the YALI network can inspire a generational wave in Africa for young people well organized for support. And Jacob continues with another tweet in which he says, this wave of young people would be bound by the ideals of common good as Africans. Well, Shaka and guests, your take on these comments.
Very interesting. What about you, Alice? How do you react to that?
Wow, I love the part about, taking back what you've learned back into your country. Simply because this whole experience, we weren't selected because we are the most brilliant people in our own countries. We're selected because we had people walk alongside us, encourage us. We were at the right place at the right time.
Aren't you really trying to be a little bit modest?
Not at all.
You must be smart.
I have met brilliant minds in Burundi, brilliant, who, for example, Burundi is a francophone country. They may not have had that chance because this program is an anglophone program. And that's okay, but the whole point and purpose of this is to take back what we've had, that opportunity that we had, bring it back to our country. For me personally, I would love to bring all my networks and all the partnerships that I've established back into Burundi, whether it's with MedShare or Books for Africa. But this wasn't for me. This is for Burundi. And I represent Burundi and all of Africa.
So you seem